Here we have Raheal.
Here we have Nick. Yeah.
Here we have us together in the elevator.
Yes, exactly. And it's nice.
Oh, thank you. Is this your first time to New York?
Yeah.
What do you make of it so far?
It's bittersweet. That's how I would label it. Yeah.
You mind me asking how old you are? You seem very young.
I'm 26.
36?
26. Why do people say this?
No.
Every time I say 26, I'm like 36. I'm not 36. I'm 26.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look a little young for 36.
Yeah.
Nice, I'm 34. Not that you asked.
You also don't look 34. You look young.
Thank you. Coming from a doctor, that's nice to hear.
Yep.
So, what do you do to keep yourself healthy? Do you drink alcohol, or do you vape, or have smoke e-cigarettes or any of that crap?
Not really. No.
None of that. No drinking. Nothing.
No. What?
Goody two shoes. What's your vice? What do you fall back on?
Do you really expect me to say all that in front of the camera? It's like people watching, friends and friends watching, and telling my voice. My vice is that. What is vice for you?
Vice is, it doesn't have to be like a naughty thing, but a vice is just like, I like to have a cocktail, I like a gin martini and to go out dancing. I like to, maybe your vice is reading, maybe your vice is exercise, you're like a gym freak.
My vice is overthinking.
Your vice is overthinking?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So you can put everything in there.
All right.
Overthinking about anything makes it a vice. Yeah.
Let's try underthinking throughout this conversation.
Okay.
You have to be your own person, maybe even a little rebellious sometimes.
Oh, I guess.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah. We are 4.
You have 4?
3 brothers and 1 sister.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Where are you in the age?
So I'm not supposed to ask you anything?
But you can ask me whatever you want.
Okay, because I know nothing about you, Nick. Like, you've been asking me all these questions. I don't know anything about you.
You're the star. You're the star of the web series. But if you want to ask me, maybe you're a star, asker of your own questions or whatever. Ask me anything.
So, describe yourself in 3 sentences.
I get a kick out of uplifting others.
Nice. Interesting.
I enjoy befriending all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Food is soul nourishment.
That's great. That's great.
What about you? Your turn.
Oh
3
my
sentences.
God, I didn't think of that. Okay. So, well, I'm sensitive, and I enjoy feeling significant things and cherishing them in form of memories, and I appreciate morals, like integrity, values, and people who are connected to their roots. So yeah, I'll appreciate transparency, honesty, and something that's not artificial or tempered.
Truth.
Yeah, truth. It's very hard to find, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, truth is relative, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's...
Well, it's not. Yeah. I don't know.
Seriously, that's what I'm saying. I have a hard time explaining and understanding the concept of truth. Like, where do you see the truth? It's either it's subjective, it's objective, it's relative, or...
Stress and anxiety is sucky.
I know.
You experience it too?
It's an epidemic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a recent epidemic, I would say.
Do you think that
Why is that? Has increased.
Social media?
The pressure?
Yeah, the pressure, the superficiality, how our whole life is out in the open.
Exactly. Like, there is a certain standard set by people, and you have to achieve that. That sucks. That pressure. I don't know, maybe some organic causes to it. For example, the health status of people, the diet, the lifestyles, the yeah, you're right, social media and stuff. True. Some people would attribute it to, distance from religion or stuff like that. Also, a lot of drugs
Yeah.
stuff, their dependence and then their tolerance and then their withdrawal, all that. Yeah.
It keeps things in perspective.
Yeah. So, what brings you happiness, Nick?
Love, connection with another human.
Yeah.
Being affectionate, expressing the love, and hopefully it being mutual. Complete trust.
Mutual, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just complete trust. No games.
You're right.
No BS. What else? Being silly. Like really just just making
Whimsical,
fun.
whimsical.
Yeah. Whimsical. Just making fun of life. Whether it's again, just having the trust to be fearless with being silly and doing imitations and making weird sounds and just enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then food.
Oh, cool.
What about you? What brings you the most joy?
The most joy is when I see that my mother is happy. Like her happiness is something I cherish. I really like it if I make her happy. I also like when there are no conflicts in our family.
Yeah.
Or also when there are no conflicts in between persons. Like if someone is meeting somebody, I want it to be a genuine interaction. I want it to be, not filtered or anything. It should be very genuine. So that's something that brings me happiness. So if I have that kind of connection or conversation with a person, like for example we are having right now, I like these kinds of conversations. I don't like small talk.
Yeah.
It's very obvious that it's fake.
Right.
So that's something that brings me happiness if that doesn't happen. Other than that, it brings me happiness, the idea of it.
100%. 100%. I can really relate to that. Sorry, I was distracted. I'm picking up the camera, but it's okay.
What makes you sad?
What makes me sad? What makes me sad? My own paranoia that somebody is trying to compete with me or play some one-upmanship bullshit games with me, manipulate me, fear of manipulation.
Frequent.
Somebody trying to sabotage me in some way, which may or may not be the case. Even if it isn't the case, my own paranoia surrounding that concept is something that makes me sad. Other thing than
I'm sure it makes you anxious, not sad. Sad is a different feeling, don't you think?
Yes, maybe you're right. There is a distinction there. So, what makes you sad? And then I'll go. I can think about it for a second.
Okay, that's a good way to throw it on someone else. So, what makes me sad? So during the passage of day, you do certain stuff that you feel like you shouldn't have done, or you have these regrets for it, or you feel like this is some mistake that I'm repeating. I should be more careful with this, change some habits, do this, do that. But then you procrastinate, you don't do it that day. And then when you go to bed, you have those thoughts in your mind, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't do it again. It's still happening. It's still happening. Why can't I change it?
Yeah.
And that makes me sad. So also that's something that one of my friends, Samir, told me. So I'm just quoting his words because I really relate to it. So that makes me sad. Other than that, I'm sad when I see affliction and suffering. It really brings me pain. That's where I want to channelize my sensitivity towards in my career.
Now my turn. You've been to the United States how many times?
Oh, this is my first time.
This is?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I'm very honored that you're in the elevator.
People are more accepting. They're not judgmental. You can be anything you want. That's something I like, the inclusivity of this culture. I really appreciate America for it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Do you think that we can be overindulgent here?
Overindulging in what?
Overindulgent in the sense of You know,
Anything?
yeah, like
The obsessions toward things?
just like sex stuff, lasciviousness, salaciousness, superficiality. You know, just like conspicuous
Yeah.
consumption.
Yeah, it's possible. Because I also feel like there's this concept of self,
Yeah.
which is very much prioritized in every person's life.
Mhm.
What I want, what are my needs, what I need to do to make myself happy. There's a lot of self here.
100%.
This self is something that I feel like it's more in the West, although I haven't seen all of the West. Some of my friends would really hate me for it, for saying that. But then that's just my experience. I also feel like people are selfish in East too, but then there is concept of we,
What's that?
us.
Yes.
You know, there's
Yeah, we,
this
yeah.
concept of us,
Yeah.
not self. So when you have that self concept, you increase in your greed, you increase in your, all the vices that you mentioned, the lust, the craze for the money, the having a luxurious life and all that. And anything that's happening on the other sides, you don't care as long as you're exceeding.
Right.
So this doesn't happen, and at least in my experience in the East, because you are a unit, so you have to take care of other people. You have to sacrifice. You have to be compassionate. You sometimes have to ignore your self-desire and do something for your parents or siblings or
Yes.
friends
Or country.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're wrapping up here. You asked me what makes me sad, and I've been thinking about that question. Not getting along with my older brother really makes me sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, but it's like a roller
I
coaster.
hope
so-
you sort it out.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. And then what else makes me?
Please sort it out with him. He's a good guy, man.
Thanks. What else makes me sad is comparing myself to other people's success is a source of sadness.
I know, this is so frequent here.
Yeah.
It's something I've noticed. I mean, that is the reason why America is so successful. This competitiveness. And it comes at a cost.
Yes.
That's self.
Yeah.
You see, you have to, put all your potential into a certain direction, and only then can you achieve that, epitome of success.
I know.
So, and certain things just, you can't hold on to certain things because of that path that you choose.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, let's continue to be fearless and true to ourselves, and march on.
Yeah. And look out for each other too during the way.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
Raheal,
And thank you so much, Nick.
Absolutely.
It was lovely talking to you.
It was.
Like that.
thank you. Perfect.